right, all right. Welcome to the Bread and Hova Show. This is Hova. Bread is running a little late tonight. He'll be joining us shortly. We got a action-packed show for you guys tonight. As always, you can always check us out every Wednesday at 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Feel free to check out the Bread and Hova Show Facebook group where we post different content. As well as if you'd like to be part of our community, just hit us up and we'll take care of you. Want to go ahead and give some quick shout outs real quick. Want to shout out to the Enhanced Sports Show. Lou. Lou is in the house. Hey, Lou. Lou will be joining us momentarily to give us some good commentary on action packed show tonight. Also, check out our website, www.sportsandbrews.com, where we have sports content as well as beer content. Also, want to give a shout out to the Atlanta old school Atlanta school drummers. There's bread. That's his group. They do their thing and they participate in different events on the weekends. Every now and then, bread have a gig. So I always like to give a shout out to them. Also give a shout out to my brother, and he checks out the show every now and then. And also give a shout out to Steve. Steve joins the show from time to time as a co-host, and yeah, so we want to give him a quick shout out. So, like I said, we have an action-packed show tonight. The Bread and Nova Show. We got a lot of different things we want to get into. Um, I guess right off the bat, before we really get all into the real good stuff, we'll start with the segment of the around the room segment. Around the room, around. Oops, wrong music. Around around the room. Okay, so around the room. So basically, this past weekend, one of the biggest things that, as far as in sports world, was the Masters. Um, The Masters was started last week and finished out this over the weekend, and we have a winner. And the winner was Rory McIlroy. So all you golf fans out there, if that's who you were going for, shout out to Rory. He took home the first place prize of $4.2 million. So hey, it's a good day to be Roy McIlroy. but yeah, so the Masters was the big thing over the weekend. Also, um, the Atlanta Braves, they had Spencer Strider. He's joining the Atlanta Braves pitching as of today. He was coming back today to start. He's been away. He's been away from the Braves for quite some time due to some injuries. So it's good for the Atlanta Braves, the home team, to have Spencer Strider come back and help out the Braves, and hope he can get some good wins for us. And yeah, so that's good news. Uh, but not so good news. They're still in last place, but it's still early. Still a lot of baseball to be played. And the theme of tonight's show is the NBA playoff review. So the play NBA playoffs have started. You have now the play-in games that are taking place right now. One game started, or actually two games were yesterday. As of yesterday, you had the Atlanta Hawks against Orlando, and you had the Golden State Warriors against Memphis, the Memphis Grizzlies. And the Hawks, well, um, I'm gonna save a little bit of this commentary for Brad. I know he has a whole lot to say. Excuse me, about the Hawks, but the Hawks lost. However, they lost, but they still have a chance to continue in the NBA playoffs um, by playing this Friday. And this Friday, they'll be playing the winner of tonight's game between Miami and Chicago Bulls. So, and it seems like the way it looks as of right now, looks like they're going to be playing Miami. So we'll see what happens. I know Brad got a whole lot more to speak on that Hawks thing. There were some other things that took place in that game with the Hawks in Orlando. So I'll save a little bit of that news for Brad once he comes on tonight. Um, Outside of that, as far as around the room, I think that's pretty much all the goodies. Um, so one of the things, as far as one of the big things wanted to talk about, and this is probably going to be some real big news coming forward in sports world, is the NFL draft. Um, this year's NFL draft is, I think, is going to be quite interesting to see where some of the main key players. Speaking of Shadur Sanders, where is he gonna go? The rumor has it, um, they've been talking that some sports experts saying he's probably going to the Raiders, and then I've also heard some commentary that maybe he may be going to the um, Giants. Um, yeah, he recently he visited the Giants. He visited the Raiders. Um, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things where I know he's gonna go. I think I guess in my deep gut I feel like he's gonna go to the Raiders. I know Brad might have a little bit more to say on that, and I know so Lou probably have a little bit to say on that as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get these guys in. I'm kind of curious to see exactly what they feel about this, and we'll go from there. Hey Lou, what's
Okay,
Brad?
Brad. All right.
We got Brad on.
All right,
All
guys,
right.
do the photo finish. What's going on, Luke? How you doing,
Well,
buddy?
I wish I had better news for your Braves, man. But I mean, this is just awful.
Ugh,
I mean,
it's a
I
mess,
wasn't
man.
expecting this at all. I mean, I was expecting to at least contend,
It's
and
a mess.
be right in the midst of it. I know it's early, but this is not the way the Atlanta Braves are supposed to be playing. This is not the Braves that I know of.
No, it's a mess. I mean, we made a lot of mistakes going back to Freddie Freeman. I mean, they got Petty on the 6 year deal. On the 6 year, they want to give him 5, but not 6. Real petty. They could have let that go. It wasn't even about the money. And so I think
I want to
the
give him
Braves,
three.
you gotta, blame yourself. You let Max Fried get up out of here trying to be
Mm-hmm.
cheap. So I think the Braves were just done a bad job, and which is unusual for the Braves, with the general management. And it's just been going downhill because players get hurt.
Yeah, they do.
But I don't know, man. I think it starts with the GM with the Braves, and we've had a couple
It
of
does. It always
miscues.
starts with the GM.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it doesn't. But to your point, you're absolutely right. I mean, I don't think the Braves. I mean, we can look at the GM definitely. I mean, and we talked about this, Brad. I mean, even with the hitting coach, when they let I forgot his name, was coaching now in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Um,
Ron Washington.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
I,
and
I, I but I but I get it. I know he was ready to kind of go ahead and do his own thing. I understand.
Yes.
yeah,
But I just don't think we had the replacement for him. I mean, that was a big loss, man, and
Yeah.
The Braves, to me, I don't know. It just seemed like to me something's missing. I mean, definitely that's missing, but
Yeah, Ron
just
Washington was
I
a
think
big
it is.
piece of that.
yeah, it just seems like
When you're talking about the management staff of the Braves, Ron Washington was the guy. He wasn't just the hitting coach, but he was the assistant coach or the assistant manager of the team. And it was the little things about fielding, the little things about base running, it was the little things about hitting, and it was just infinite wisdom of the game. And
right,
unfortunately, he didn't get the opportunity to pass that wisdom down, and he
right.
just left and took it with him. And so we've just been struggling for that type of wisdom or that kind of know-how of the game. It's the little things.
I agree.
Yeah, but there's little things you gotta watch out for.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's killing us. It's the little things. We're not getting those, as Kirby Smart would say, those nuggets.
Yeah, where are they when you need them?
Yeah.
Right.
So what's
Right.
going on, Hope? But without further ado, guys, let's belated happy birthday to Hope. His birthday was yesterday. Shout out to Hope. Yeah.
It was
Yeah. He turned 65.
Whoa. I thought I was getting up there now.
Hey, you know when you're getting old when you start getting you get all kind of stuff in the mail, senior citizen man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, join the club. Yeah. They know who you are.
I should be getting that too.
What is it? AARP?
AARP. They know who we are.
This
You've
program
been
is sponsored by Art.
They've been waiting on us, guys. They've been waiting on us. Now they got us. All right, Hope. What did you do for your birthday, Hope?
Oh man. Well, I went to Taco Mac, nice little place to get some wings and got a cold beer.
Yeah.
And then hung out with Steve for a little while, and
Hey.
yeah, me and Steve hung out and kicked it a little bit. And that was pretty much it, man.
Yeah, that was good.
So
All right.
yeah, nothing special.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
It's all good. So what did I miss, man? I'm a little bit late coming in on the show and trying
Yeah,
to find out where we are on the
yeah.
chart.
So on the chart, man. So I kind of started right on in on. We got through the shout outs. I did a little bit of the around the room, and
Yeah.
so we're kind of at the point now, Brett, where I want to save a little spot for you about the NBA because the theme of the show tonight is the NBA playoffs, and I kind of want to get your take on that Hawks and Magic game. Uh,
Oh Jesus.
I mean, I
Man.
know.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look,
Do you
guys,
think?
look.
I mean, do you think they really wanted to win that to play the Celtics, or hell, I don't know. Did they just?
No.
No, I don't. Yeah, those guys are like, well, what happens after this? Where you get the Celtics? No, thank you. So we just live to play another day and take it from there. But look, guys. I mean, Orlando was a bigger team, more physical team than the Hawks, and they showed that. And in the postseason, the refs let the guys play a little bit. Okay, when you get to the postseason, let you play a little bit, so the game get a little bit physical. So if you're naturally a physical team, bigger team, you're going to have some advantages in the matchup. The Hawks are just really they're a soft team. I was going to say finesse. They just soft. So it's not that big.
I feel sorry for going to play the Cavaliers, though. I really feel sorry for that team.
You're right. Exactly. So the Hawks get to play the winner of this game between Chicago and Miami. It looks like it's going to be Chicago. I think.
Oh, dear.
No, it looked like Miami. Yeah.
Oh, Miami. Yeah, Miami. It looks like they're going to play Miami, and that's not going to be good. So it went from bad to worse.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they're going to put out a better effort on Friday against the Heat, but the Hawks don't. They are a couple of players away. Trey needs some help. We talked about it before. You need another max player in Atlanta. You don't need a whole lot. You just need another max player. You still need some size in the hole. You're too small. I like Okongwu, but he's more of a four. More of a four-ish guy. Jalen Johnson, a lot of people in Atlanta say, well, Jalen Johnson's the guy. If Jalen Johnson was healthy, then the Hawks would be in better shape, won a couple more games, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know, man. I mean, even with Jalen, I think we win a couple more games if you got a healthy Jalen Johnson. But I still think the Hawks' Achilles ankle is a big man. Look at Zach Edey last night. He double. You look at all the big men that are coming through. I mean, you still need big men. The league is not as big as it used to be, but still, you need guys that are tough in the paint and that are physical. Hawks need big physical players. So it's everybody knows it, and they just don't do it. They just continue to get these 6'6", 6'9" guys or whatever. The same thing. And we just out quick everybody. Well, it runs out in the postseason. Not about how quick you are in the postseason and running and gunning. You're going to have to play a little bit more half court. And you're going to have to be a little bit more physical. You're going to have to get to the line and make your free throws. And the Hawks were doing none of that. They didn't get to the line. It wasn't making free throws. It was just more of the same. And it's frustrating being a Hawks fan because it's you know what the weaknesses are, but the management of the team just refuses to make the right adjustments when they have the opportunity.
So do you think Trae Young, he got ejected out of the game? He was just frustrated and said hell with it?
He told you what it was. It was a frustration thing. And he's upset about the call because not just he wasn't getting the call, but his teammate wasn't getting the calls. But look, man, you got to play through the calls. And Trae is, I think he's the fifth most. I think he got the fifth most texts in the league. So referees don't like you, Trae, and it's obvious that they don't like the guy. So what that means is you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to calls.
Right.
It's going to have to be real blatant in order to put him to the line. And he put himself in that position a little bit, I guess, but a guy like Trae, it doesn't help that he plays in Atlanta. So who in Atlanta gets called. So it doesn't help. He's not in a major market. If Trae gets to a major market, he'll start to see better calls and a little better team and a little better success. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
You're not in, the biggest of market. I mean, Atlanta's not a small market by any means.
Right.
Atlanta's not a legacy team. It's not in the largest market. It's not Chicago. It's not New York. It's not LA. It's not even Houston.
Yeah.
Just right below Houston. So that's where we are, man. And I think there's going to be a lot of movement. I think the ownership wants Trae. We'll see what they can do. I think they're going to bust up, teams like Phoenix. That experiment didn't work. KD and Book and all those guys, that didn't work. So look for that team to break up. But I don't know if that actually helps the Hawks. Hawks need some. They need Lou. The Hawks need to go overseas and get a guy.
I got to take 3 on the score.
Yeah. If all you need is a double guy, a consistent double guy, that's it. You be well on you. That helps you out a whole lot. Because I think that Jalen Johnson is going to grow into that max player that the Hawks need. I'm just saying. Yeah. He's already the second best player on the team.
Yeah. So do you think the I don't know. Do you think this play-in tournament is really worth the time? Or I guess what I'm saying is, yeah, you get an extra game in the playoffs, but is it really just wasting time, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, because for example, like we were just talking about the Hawks. I mean, we already know, Brett. We already know what it is with that. We already know they're just not uh they're not built this year to win no championship. Okay,
Right.
No.
I mean they're
Right.
just keeping it real. So
Right.
so where I'm getting at with it, Brett, is this really wasting time here? You know, is it just really a waste of time to see,
Pretty much.
or is it, or maybe I'm not saying it, maybe, or is it just, you know, it's just competitive? You know, it can be competitive basketball, but we already know what the deal is. I don't know, man. What's your thoughts about it? Do you think this playing? I don't
I,
really.
I,
I'm trying to
I,
see where where the NBA is game. I mean, well, of course, it's more money, but I don't know,
I'll
man.
send. I got an opinion. I'm gonna send it to Lou, see what Lou thinks first. But I got
Okay,
an
all right.
opinion, but I let Lou take this one.
Well, I mean, because when it first came out, like, I didn't really see what was the purpose for it. I mean, you had the perfect step, 1 through 8, and it wasn't confusing. It was straightforward. The top team against the 8 team, and that's how it should have stayed. So now you get the two teams that really didn't deserve it and have probably losing records and probably no have a chance to get past the first round anyway. So basically, you're just giving
Hmm.
yourself, just one extra game before you get the pants beat off you when the real playoffs start.
Yeah, I
So
mean, and that's my
basically,
same.
basically, you're just playing one extra game of the season, and then your season's gonna be over in the first series.
Well, that's my same sentiment. I have the same sentiment Lou had. I mean, I don't think. I mean, yeah, he's right. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I give you an example, like with baseball, they have a wild card in the major leagues. But
Yeah,
Hmm.
what we have found is teams who get in the wild card sometimes get hot and that go all the way and can win it all. You know,
yeah,
you see the difference. Whereas in the NBA, the chances of that is
slim and none.
yeah, Lucy.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly,
You're right.
Lucy.
You're correct.
Yeah,
You're
he's
correct.
correct. I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, it's slim to none. So I
Yeah.
just,
Look, man.
anyway,
I
Brad,
think you.
that go.
But I think you said it earlier. I think you hit on it earlier, Hover. I think it's a money. I think it's revenue for the league. It's a home
It
game,
does,
so these
well, it's
guys. I
supposed
mean,
to.
crowd's gonna come out for this stuff.
Oh no, no,
And
no.
so
I'm not saying.
it's revenue for the league, and I think number two with the TV time, I think that you dominate television. People are watching you, people are talking about you, and plus when you have people like Steph Curry in a play-in game, and you got all these other
Yeah,
known players in a play-in game that people want to see, people will tune in, and so people are
Okay.
watching you. And and it's the before the postseason, and it gives the other teams, the better teams, an opportunity to rest up. LeBron and some of the old vets, whatever, they get a chance to rest up. So it's
Okay.
an
yeah.
Okay.
advantage.
Okay.
They
Okay.
don't
I
really
mean,
get cold.
well,
And yeah,
yeah. Now
yeah.
that you
So
put it
that's
that way, yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I get it. Yeah. So I didn't think about like with Golden State. You're right. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you're right.
You gonna find a
Well,
team like that that's gonna be there in the play in, and everybody's gonna tune into that. And so that's what you want if you're the NBA. And they won. So that was in doubt. And
Well,
so so
now
that makes it
to
better for
that
them.
well, to that point, maybe out of the play-in, maybe a team like Golden State could be, that team that goes against the odds, right? Versus a Hawks. Okay, I'm just using the Hawks as an example, but
Yeah.
uh,
right.
so I guess, yeah, I guess I didn't, maybe I didn't really look at the overall of now
Yeah.
that you bring that up. I get it though. I get it.
Yeah, that's and, I mean they're not going
I mean, I
anywhere.
just felt
So
like
other than
I just felt
but
like they implemented the in season championship or whatever, which I thought. I
yeah,
mean, I think that I think that's creative and I think it's cool. But I think that why
Too much.
now we got a play in tournament. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah, I mean, so unlike baseball, like Lou said, slim and none. I mean, I mean, your slim is Golden State, and your none is everybody else that made it to the championship.
Well,
So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely right. Yeah, that's your slim.
yeah, your slim last night, and none is everybody else is in the tournament. And that's what you get. And it's not like baseball. In baseball, a team get hot at the right time and win a championship.
Right,
We've seen
right.
it happen from the wild card.
Well, I mean,
We
yeah,
get
come from well, the Phillies did it. Well,
right.
hell, the
Phillies
Phillies did.
did.
They were a wild
Nationals
card.
did. I mean, it was it's happened on multiple occasions in baseball.
Right, right.
Yes.
Multiple occasions, and so for baseball, that's a good thing. I guess for baseball, if it's the wild card team, but not if teams like the Yankees and the Braves and the Red Sox and all these other, legacy teams are losing. If they're losing, you got these high payrolls and all these notable players, but all of a sudden, the Orioles or somebody get hot and win it all. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? So
but I like that
maddening.
though. But no, I mean I like that because that proves that just goes to show you that you don't have to have a high payroll to win a
Right.
championship,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
That's all. That just
There's a misconception about all this. They think the higher the payroll, the more you're going to have a chance to win the World Series. That has nothing to do with it.
Nope.
I've been saying that for years.
That lose right.
Yeah.
He's right.
But some people don't just seem to get that.
And you see it happen every year. I mean, it's rare nowadays to see the high payroll. I mean, you finally got one with the Dodgers that finally did it, but
here's
how many years they lost.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That actually applies to the. Of course, it applies to the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
so that that saying you don't have to have a high payroll that in the NFL.
No, you don't.
So
You can be midway and win it. So yeah, but in terms of basketball and what's going on here, man. Look, I think in terms of the quality of the game, I don't think the playing is good for the overall quality of the game. I just don't.
No.
It's just not. I mean, you see some. I mean, everybody that we've been watching. I mean, they either they get swept in the first round or lose in the first round. Maybe one of them get to the second round, but it's highly unlikely.
well, I mean, so far out of the play-in game, the only one that's been very entertaining was the Golden State, Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they both, going back to that slim and none.
Yeah.
They're both of those teams are on the slim, So so you got a good game out of that, but but I don't know. I mean, yeah, like you said, you gotta kind of with the play in, like you said, Brett. I think going to your point, the NBA looked at it as a move, as a to create this play-in tournament to where for more revenue, and it's definitely that.
Yeah.
You definitely
Yeah.
getting more revenue. So it makes sense. I mean, regardless of the quality now, the slim to
Yeah.
none that we're talking about, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, this is true. But look at the matchup that's coming up, the real big teams that's coming up on Saturday. You got Minnesota and the Lakers, LA playing. And did you hear what your boy said about LeBron?
No, what did he
Ant-Man,
say?
Ant-Man.
What that man say?
he said he gonna take it to LeBron. He's gonna make him retire. When
Yes,
he said when he's through with LeBron, he's gonna want to retire.
oh man, already
That's what
started.
Ant-Man.
He already
Yeah.
started the trash talking.
Oh man, yeah, he already started. The festivities have already started for him. He don't back down from nobody. He didn't stutter when he said it.
Well,
So,
hey man,
that's I mean,
whatever to get you going, man, get the juices flowing.
yeah. Whatever gets it going. I think LeBron comes out there hot on game one, but shoot, I mean this I don't know if he can sustain that. I don't know if he can sustain that. LeBron may get him 35 or 40 in game one, but I think Ant-Man, he's healthy, he's gonna be there for the long haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean youth. Look, youth is Father Time is undefeated, and youth runs this game.
Yep.
That's true. I agree.
And so that's just what it is. And although I think LeBron is probably the best 40-year-old that you ever gonna see play the game, the dude's in impeccable shape for a 40-year-old to still be that productive in the NBA. That's astonishing.
Yeah.
So I mean, he won't be the last guy, but I think you're not used to seeing that. We thought Kareem was the guy. I remember when Kareem played when he was over 40.
We did.
Kareem had a great diet too, and he stayed in shape. But Kareem was over 40 when he played, man. I think he might have been averaging 12 points or something like that, 12, 14 points. Leaving the game.
Yeah.
And so that's why I tell you guys, man. I mean, it's hard to talk about a GOAT. I mean, it's good barbershop talk, but I mean, you can't talk about top players in NBA history without saying Kareem. You just can't.
No,
you just cannot do it. I mean, the guy did it. He changed the game when he played in college at UCLA. Dunking. They wouldn't outlaw the dunk because he was so dominant. Couldn't stop. Sky hook. 290. Okay, I'm gonna put a hook on. It was not fair, and they could not outlaw that. And so the guy just, I mean, and the cerebral part of the game about Kareem, he's like, look, man, you don't want to block a ball to get it out of bounds. That it's out of bounds on me. No, you block it. I got it. I keep the ball in play so we can run the break. Gosh, man, are you kidding me? Big man that's got all this. I mean, he was ahead of the game. Kareem was ahead of the game. And I just thought he was just one of the greats, man, because he won on different levels. He won championships, national championships in college, NBA Player of the Year, all the accolades. Went to the ABA, big time guy, came to the NBA, national championships, world championships in the NBA.
Yep.
And if you put this in perspective, he was the scoring champ for a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time. And he was the scoring champ, being that he spent time in the ABA and he spent 3-4 years in college. He didn't come out of high school. That's why I be trying to tell people. LeBron with the scoring champ, he played come out of high school. So instead of his point production going to college or another league, all of his points from high school went straight to the NBA. If Kareem played out of high school, follow me, guys. If Kareem went to the NBA, not the ABA, if he went to the NBA out of high school, he would be the scoring champ today. Still.
Yes.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, y'all got to follow me, man, because it's like I get so excited when I talk about great players, especially Kareem and the old guys in the league, man. And they were so good. I don't want people to forget them and forget how good they were just because, we're in 2025. You got new hotness. LeBron's on his way out. You got new guys coming in and, Jokic and Luka Doncic and, all the hot guys are in that are pretty good and doing good things. But you can't forget how good the old guys were, too. And I always just like to put it out there in front of people in terms of how good they really were. Because you look at a lot of social media of a lot of the young guys that haven't seen them play, not even on television, not even an old tape. I've never seen Kareem play, never seen Magic play really, never seen, George Gervin, Oscar Robertson, uh, Jerry West. I mean, all the old heads, man, that was just great. Never seen them play, not even on tape. I spent time watching these guys on the old basketball channel, man. When they have the old games come on all the time, I sit down and watch. Well, I go on YouTube and I look these players up and just sit there and watch them play the game, man. Yeah, the game to change. Get it. I get it. But you gotta, if everything is relative. And so if the players back then had everything allotted to them that we had today in terms of nutrition and weights and all that, that would be just as good.
Yeah.
Not better. And so that's just my thing with the guy. I don't mean to go all off tangent. I'm about to get back to the car. But I just thought it was just important to kind of bring that stuff up since we're doing a lot of basketball talk here, man. And we got the Lakers coming up over the weekend on Saturday, going against Minnesota. And they have, you got Austin Reeves that's pretty hot. So I think the Lakers are going to be a tough team to beat, guys. If Austin Reeves stays consistent, and they get some production from their big men down there in the paint like they've been, spread the ball around by committee a little bit. Luka Doncic, being special. I think the Lakers can really go a long way, guys. I don't know. I mean, they're going to be tough out.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
I don't know about going all the way maybe to the conference finals, but I don't know if they're going to enough to overtake the Thunder or
Thunder's really good. They got a deep team. I like
or the
Houston.
Rockets.
Houston.
The Rockets are second seed too. So
Houston's a running gun team.
It'd be a tough task, for the Lakers to go into the finals. I really don't see it happening. I mean, I will give them credit for, of course, making up for the first part of the season, which was horrible. But then, after since Christmas, they did step it up. But I still think with with the Thunder and the Rockets, that's gonna be tough to get past the conference finals.
Yeah. I think that I don't think they're as deep of a team, and so I think once the Lakers start going to the bench, they're not as good. I think it's evident, and so you get them in foul trouble, you get into the bench, that's when they start to falter a little bit. So that's the thing. That's something that teams like OKC and Houston can't say. They're deep teams. When they go to their bench is just as good, even distribution of the ball moves around. So those are going to be some tough outs right there. The only thing about it, the NBA guys, and let's just be real.
Yes.
In terms of marketing the game, marketing players, marketing teams, they really don't want, and I hate to say this, guys, but I don't think they really want Houston or Oklahoma, those type of teams to get to the finals. They really don't, because nobody knows them, and I think it's because the NBA does such a horrible job in marketing non-legacy teams, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think they do a horrible job in marketing, and blame it on ESPN too. ESPN is part of it. NBA is part of it. Both of them are in bed together. So I just think they do a horrible job in marketing. So you got a team that's the best team, got the best records in the league, and nobody can really name a player or two that starts for those guys, unless you just been watching them.
Right.
I can't name the starting five, not anymore. I mean, outside of SGA, I mean, shoot, man. I mean,
Yeah, well, you and I both.
you know, that's a tough call there. So, but I don't see them. They come on late, you know, if you see them at all, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see what shakes out in the West and how they market them throughout these playoffs. And they should be marketing them right now. You should always see the matchup. Let me see. I'm looking at well, they don't know who they're going to play yet, but at least you should be marketing OKC and say, well, you know, we don't know the play-in tournament. You know, you should be marketing that in terms of who they're going to play. You don't know yet, but this team's waiting on them. They got the best record in the league. Da 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 da. And you know, do your thing. You got to market these guys and market this team. Find something. Find somebody to get behind. They're not doing a good job at that, man.
No, they're not.
And I think they're going to hurt for it. But this matchup between Golden State and Houston is going to be good.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a good matchup. I agree.
It's going to be good, man. Real good. I mean, I don't know, man. Houston may run them out the gym. Houston is young, man. Houston's a young team, but they don't have the experience of Golden State. Golden State is a very experienced team. Not young. They're not spring chickens. But they know all the tricks of the trade, man. They know how to win games in the postseason. They got players who've done it. They know what it takes. Houston does not. And the inexperience is really, I think the deeper that series goes, the more it plays in the favor of Golden State. So I'll look for longevity right there in terms of that. Orlando and Boston, of course, Boston's going, you know. Well, what do you before I go to what do you guys think about the Houston Golden State matchup though?
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be an interesting series. One thing about Golden State, because they got Steph Curry. And then you throw Jimmy Buckets in there and an old head like Draymond Green.
Yeah.
You never know. But I definitely think he's gonna make it interesting, no doubt about that.
What you think about that matchup, Luke?
Wait, which one?
Houston and Golden State.
Well, on paper it looks being competitive, but Houston's been too strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ever since the trade, with Luka, Warriors have not been the same team. So, Warriors, I think, are a lost cause here. I wouldn't give more than 5 games.
I think. What do you think about the matchup between that's coming up? This matchup is not coming up until Monday. Detroit's going to New York, so the Pistons versus the Knicks. What do you think about that matchup, Luke?
I'm playing the 5th.
Oh wow, man! Jeez, man.
For personal reasons. For personal reasons.
I know.
Well, if I were a betting man on this one, I would take the Knicks.
Okay. That's going to be a competitive series. What do you think about that matchup, Hope?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with the Pistons in that, man. I mean that Pistons they're a scrappy bunch. I like the Pistons, man. I'm gonna go with the Pistons. How you feel about it?
I don't know, man. I think I mean, you look at players like Beasley, and all these other cats they got for Detroit, man. I'm going Detroit, man, in this one, man. I think Detroit is just They got that it factor. They're physical, good shooters, pretty well rounded. Nice little bench. They all right. I don't know, man. It's the Knicks. Something about the Knicks just don't seem right to me. I don't know if they're 100% healthy or what. But
It's health.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean Jalen Brunson. Is he? I mean, he ain't 100%.
Mess.
Yeah, he's. I'm looking at the roster, man. Karl Anthony Towns. You already know what's going to happen there, man. I mean, if it's the postseason, man, he a 7-footer, but he gonna play like a 6-footer in the postseason. Everybody know what Cat gonna do or what he's not gonna do.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know, man. I think the Pistons win this one, man. I think the Knicks. I think they have some situations, man. So I see that you got Milwaukee, Indiana. I don't know if anybody's paying attention to that one. Even though you got the Greek Freak doing his thing with his, against Halliburton and crew.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, Milwaukee, Indiana. I don't know, man. That's a toss up. I would say Milwaukee because just because of the Greek Freak, but I don't know. I think this year playoffs gonna be interesting in the NBA. I don't really. I think all the series are going to be competitive, and because I mean, I know I hadn't watched a lot of it, but I just don't see where anybody really separated themselves as saying like we just can't be beat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you go back years ago when you had Golden State Warriors and Clay and KD, you kind of knew, but now I don't know, man. It just seems to me it's gonna be very competitive.
Yeah.
Looks like Miami won. Looks like the Hawks gonna have their handful on Friday. So.
Well, I mean, oh well. Being real, y'all.
That's right.
Being real. So Trey better get some rest. Like right now, he should be in the bed.
I told you so.
Yeah, be in the bed, man. Get his rest out. See if he can get these other guys to play. Give him some help. So yeah, guys.
Badly needed.
Yeah. That's the thing, guys. So we got some pretty good little matchups, and we'll see what happens. Real quick, guys, we got a couple of minutes left in the show, about a good little small little 10 minutes. And next week is going to be the draft show. We talked a little bit about the draft last week, and we're going to talk a little bit about it right now in terms of what do you guys thought about this Derek Carr thing? It's a thing now. So Derek Carr's got this shoulder injury that's going to affect him in 2025. Don't know if he's going to play or not. Who knows what's happening there? And so before you were talking about the Aints were going to probably pick quarterback. I mean, probably pick defensive guy from Georgia, one of the defensive guys from Georgia. But now that it's gotten out that quarterback is hurt, and they've been looking for a quarterback anyway. And the thought is that Shador may be there. Dark may be there. And with that being said, they may go quarterback with the, I don't know, whatever pick they got, 9, 8.
Maybe we should hold off on that. You can't always go for the quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So do they go defense on that pick or what, guys?
Get better. Better go defense.
What you think, Hope?
Well, Luke say they should go defense.
So let me put it this way. I mean, I think it's obvious that they go. Well, I want to say obvious, but I think the chances are greater that they go defensive. Shador is already off the board.
Well, yeah, I
So,
mean, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
and now they could go Jason Dart out of Ole Miss, but I don't like him, but they could go Dart. Yeah, I mean, he's kind of to me kind of reminds me of he's a gunslinger, kind of like Drew Brees, and so he's kind of Drew Brees ish. But I don't know, man. Or they may just keep the pick and just to hit it to us if they know we're gonna go defense. They're gonna go defense and pick the players that we want to pick. So I think that Shador is going. It's a very good chance that they go with defense. But if Shador is on the board, man, they may just go ahead and draft him, man. What you think, Ho? I don't know. Lou say stay away from him.
I'm gonna go with Lou, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I agree with
So if Shador is there, you gonna bypass him?
Yeah.
I think so, man.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. That's what's up. So you bypass him. So if you do you get Dart from Ole Miss or you bypass him too?
Well, I mean, if Dart there, you probably have to go with
He gonna
Dart.
be there. Yeah, he gonna be there.
I would say go with Dart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way I see it, man.
Yeah, that's right. I think that knowing what you know about the quarterback, you got to have a quarterback. If Shador is gone or whether going or not, I think you go quarterback with that pick. I think they got a 9 or 10 pick, something like that. And so when they come up, I think I'll go quarterback. I'll pick a quarterback. It doesn't even have to be Shador, but it could be Dart. Either one of those guys, and because they need a quarterback bad, like bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean
they need some defense too, but I think they need a quarterback more than they need a defensive piece.
Yeah.
I mean, easy for me to say I'm a Falcons fan. I just hope they go quarterback, but but it's just so we can go and get one of our Georgia boys. But I mean, speaking of the Falcons guys, I mean, what do you think happens there? Because I mean, if the defensive players are gone that we want at linebacker, because we need linebackers, and so both of the top 2 linebackers to be gone, you still got Mike Green. We'll talk about some more next week, but you still got Mike Green out of where does he play, man? Tulane or somewhere, some little Midwest school somewhere. No, it's where did Randy Moss play? It's at his old school, I think.
Yeah, I think he played Chattanooga, didn't he?
Randy Moss. Where did Randy Moss play? In college.
Hell, I thought it was Chattanooga.
You played with Jesus, man. It was
Marshall.
I think didn't Mike Green play for Marshall? I'm not looking at it. I'll be looking at it next week. I'm just too lazy to bring it up. Where's Mike Green from? Where's Mike Green play?
Let's see, Mike Green.
He's the top pass rusher on the one of the top pass rushers on the board. And it is let me see. Yeah, man, I just messed up my doggone draft board.
Yeah, Mike Green played Marshall.
Yeah, that's what I said, Marshall. That's where Randy Moss went to school.
Okay.
And so Mike Green is one of the top 5 pass rushers in the draft. Okay, he's got the most sacks out of any defensive guy in the nation for this past year. I think he got like 17 sacks or something like that, something ridiculous. And so Mike Green is, just in my opinion, I'm just what I think. I think Mike Green's going to be there. Mikael Williams is going to be there. You know, so you're going to have guys. You're going to have guys at the linebacker position and pass rushers who are going to be there at 15 for the Falcons. So there's no excuse not to get a pass rusher at 15.
Right.
You know, now you can flip script and you can get Malachi Starks out of Georgia, who we also need. He put him on the other side of AJ Terrell at cornerback.
Yes. So
there are a couple of things that you can do there on the defensive front. You still need some fat booties on the line if you're the Falcons, because you still light in the ass because you got rid of Grady Jarrett. But I mean, you know, so you still got to replace him. You got Obi Trice, which is the defensive lineman. If you recall, Hobie, he came from Washington. He played for that team. He was the teammate of Michael Penix Jr.
Oh,
okay.
He was the captain of that defense at Washington a couple of years ago.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
And so he had a non-contact injury, which was horrible. But he had a non-contact injury last year during preseason that took him out. So we're going to get him back. That's going to be good. I think we picked him in the 3rd round or something, 2nd or 3rd round last year. So yeah, I think we got some pieces, but I think, you know, you want to complete those pieces with a bona fide pass rusher. I think you get Mike Green out of Marshall. The 2 of the Georgia guys are gone. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense to me. Yeah.
I would go there. I would not get a left tackle. I would not listen to our beat writer here, our local beat writer in Orlando, D. Ledbetter. Shout out to D. Led. But I heard him talking today. He's talking about Falcons are also looking at some left tackles. I'm like, left tackle, we will riot. If the Falcons draft their left tackle, we will riot. Yeah. We will go on Peachtree and riot. End of story. It will be on ESPN and everywhere. And so that will be part of our show. It's the riots. Trust me, and we may just do a special draft show on Thursday night, just because. I think we tried to do that one year, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Hobie had too many red cups going. So But at any rate, guys, anything else, guys, to close out Hobie on that draft note?
No, I don't have anything else on that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, guys, we're going to talk about the Cowboys next week. We're going to focus on the Cowboys and the Falcons, and what's going on in the draft. Maybe a little piece of Buffalo, and see what's going on there. And you know, maybe I'll do a mock. I usually do a mock every year, and we see where we are on that. So with that, Lou, close us out, brother.
All right. Enhanced Sports Show, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. NBA NHL playoffs get into high gear this weekend, so we'll get ready for all your predictions. Who's going to win? How many games do you think it'll take? That's in both leagues. Also recap the Masters tournament, which turned to be a doozy if you're a golf fan. I just really follow the majors, but this was one for the ages. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll discuss, of course, some more MLB, NFL, and the other football league, UFC and WWE wrestling as well.
Oh, yeah.
Also, your thoughts and comments this week in sports history, the feel-good story of the week, the ridiculous item of the week, sports trivia, and if anybody has any Easter wishes they want to bring, feel free to do so because it's the Easter show for the day before. So remember, the number is 512-543-4662 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Saturdays as Eastern time. Don't forget, we're also on YouTube. So go to YouTube and type in the Enhanced Sports Show. Its full name, please, or else you won't get it. And don't forget to like and share the Facebook page as well.
Awesome. Appreciate
All
that,
right.
Luke.
Thanks,
Thanks a
Luke.
lot, man. And we're going to tune in.
Sure. Thanks.
All right. So we want to thank everybody for joining the Bread and Hova Show. We will be back. Same Bread and Hova Show channel. Same time. So until next time, to next week, speak on it.
He on it.